Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Monica Brady. She's the co-founder of VUniverse. We also have Rick Kloiber. He's a strategic advisor and chief revenue officer at VUniverse. We're going to take a look at the effects of the streaming wars. Very topical. If you're catching this on the replay, it's the week of January 20th. We've had Netflix earnings come out, Comcast earnings come out, and of course we'll be looking forward to a number of the other streaming services. Monica, it's great to have you back with me. Rick, welcome to the Nasdaq market site.
Thank
The
you.
effects of the streaming wars, what is it really having on the established companies that are out there?
Rick, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, I'll take a stab. I think with increased competition in the marketplace, it really has put the focus on the stakeholders to circle their wagons, to bring their content in-house and to really sharpen the points that they're going to be able to differentiate what their product offering is in the marketplace versus their competitors.
All right, now what about consolidation and even collaboration? There's so many services that are out there. It's almost going to be like what happened when we had all these cable packages and it just got too expensive for the consumer.
Well, the pendulum has shifted the other way, and now you have where people are unbundling. So let's sit with unbundling for a while, because the greatest advocate for the viewer is the viewer themselves. So somebody doesn't know that I like Mrs. Maisel and I like Ozark and I like the NFL Network. That's a weird package to put together. So leave that up to the viewer and I make my choices. And that's where an app like ours comes in handy, is because I make the choices. I know what I can afford this month, what subscriptions I can get, and then I know where all my content is on the VUniverse app, because it organizes all my streaming services.
All right, now that's interesting that you have it from that perspective. Make it a la carte for the viewer, because I think when you look at this at a high level, it's almost like, all right, well, where are you going to consolidate? There can only be so many networks. So with VUniverse, is that available to everyone at this point? You can just pick and choose your networks?
We're in the alpha stages right now, and all the OTT services will have their representation in the app.
Right.
And then so when I go in and I onboard, I pick the services that I have, and then it tells me all based upon my choices where I have that content. So it takes all of my subscription services, organizes them in one place, tells me what I have to watch and where I have to watch it, or where, if I don't have a place to watch it, where I could watch it.
All right, so as content moves around from service to service, VUniverse will enable the consumer to find what they're looking for regardless of which service it's on. Today, next week, next month.
Yeah, so that's what one of the fallouts from the streaming wars is, that there's so much content, but the viewer is left confused and overwhelmed because they don't know where to find it anymore.
Right, so it's almost going to be a library for all the streaming services out there, for all the shows that are available.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right, and where do you think the streaming wars are really going to lead over the next
Great
2-3
content.
years?
That's
Well,
yeah.
lucky for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's the golden age of content, and it's just going to keep getting better and better. And everybody's game is going to go up to the A level. So we're very excited to see what comes out of that. I mean, you're seeing some of the greatest shows ever in this day and age.
Yeah, I think where it leads, we need to fully realize unbundling. This was something that consumers have been looking for a long time. If the cable operators had offered a la carte cable, then maybe people wouldn't be cutting the cord with the same preponderance that they are now. So as things unravel, they'll rebundle. The consumer's empowered to create the package that they want. I think, longer term, looking into the crystal ball, ultimately, you've got the established players, you've got some people on the horizon that are looking to make inroads. I think that ultimately, content's king.
Of course, yeah.
Distribution is the queen, and revenue is what keeps the lights on in the kingdom. I think when you look across the players, the people everybody's got a lot of content. There's plenty of filmed entertainment out there. There's long libraries. There's a lot of investment being made in new content. Where you get to the distribution angle is where you start to find this really points of differentiation among who's really going to prevail. People who own the pipes, for lack of a better expression, into the household have a foothold. People with stakes in MVPDs and such. And then of course you look at where 5G is going to lead in terms of what's going to be the next phase of broadband distribution growth. Mm-hmm. And then finally, when you get to the revenue piece of the puzzle, subscriber fees certainly is a mainstay of all these guys' business, but at the same time, how are they going to build their ad-supported models?
Yeah.
You look at various and assorted revenue streams on the ad side, and entries in there that are continuing to be a non-ad supported service. that'll probably change. We'll see what happens. It's going to be really quite interesting.
I love that phrase, and I have not heard that before. Content is king, of course, we've all heard that, but distribution is queen. I mean, think about it even over the award shows that we've over the past season. It's no longer what you're bringing into the box office. It's
Exactly.
how many views you have, what's been downloaded, which is great for other artists and producers that don't have to be married to a studio.
Exactly, exactly. And people get all their content on all sorts of different devices. So it's not relegated to the theater anymore. So
Yeah.
it's very exciting. And as Rick likes to say, is choice, value, and simplicity. What do I have to watch? Where do I have to watch it? And just keep it organized for me. So that's what's going to come next.
All right, well, I certainly hope so. Great to have you back with us at MarketSite. Thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.